Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching Live and Let Die by Guy Hamilton starring Roger Moore. I am familiar with Hamilton's work as I've seen the two other Bond films he directed with Connery, Goldfinger and Diamonds Are Forever. I found Goldfinger to be the far superior film. Just in case you're unaware, I'm watching the entire Bond franchise on the channel over the course of the year. Do check out every single Bond film released before this one on the channel, and please subscribe so you don't miss out on the rest of the franchise. Anyways, today I'm starting the Roger Moore era. Unlike the Connery era, which I've heard quite a bit about over the years, I have no idea about Moore's time with this iconic character. Knowing Hamilton is directing, somebody who's done Bond films before, that gives me hope for a semblance of continuity, but I've come to learn that continuity isn't the strong suit of the Bond franchise. Regardless, I'm pretty excited to see a new face to this famous character. I have zero ideas about the plot, but before we get into it, to help support the channel, I have a Patreon page for full-length reviews and reactions to this movie and over 130 films, TV shows, early access, and weekly polls for what to watch next. You'll need your own copy to watch along. The link's in the description below, by the way. Please consider being a patron. Please subscribe to the channel. Do check out my other videos. Click that bell icon for instant notifications. Like if you liked this video, dislike it if you didn't. With all that being said, let's get started. Live and Let Die, Hamilton, Moore. Let's go. I kind of liked Lazenby as Bond, and Connery so far is the best I've seen. New York.
When 3 or more applicants have been recognized, which is in direct contradiction to
Holy crap. I wonder whether it's another cold open or not.
Whose funeral is it?
Yours.
I bet when the coffin was raised down, he had to pull from the back. And now they're celebrating. Yeah, I think Hamilton is showing a conspiracy. San Monique, an island in the Caribbean. That's like 3 different locations in 5 minutes. This is Paul McCartney's voice. Oh. I know this song too, but I know this as a Guns N' Roses song. But holy crap, I know this song, Live and Let Die. What a change in tone. This sounds more Caribbean, I'd say. There you go, Paul and Linda McCartney too. Live and let die. Oh, yeah, that had to be one of my favorite Bond songs so far.
Good morning, 007. 3 of our agents have been killed during the last 24 hours.
Oh, we saw all 3.
Sir?
Yeah, he's trying to keep him out of the bedroom. Hey. Oh no.
Good morning, Moneypenny.
Good morning, sir.
With a built-in magnet.
But did I leave my coat?
Oh, allow me.
I like how Moneypenny's covering for him.
Thank you. Come along, Miss Moneypenny.
Goodbye, James. Or should I say, ciao, bello.
Dude!
A man comes.
Tarot cards. I don't have an opinion on Moore's performance quite yet. I'm gonna give it some time to settle into the role before I make a judgment.
Hello, Felix. How are you?
Your friend Kanang has just left the UN. He's probably headed back to his embassy.
That's a different actor. Yeah, I think he's being followed already.
Charlie?
I'm actually trying to figure out whether Moore is actually doing his own stunt work or not.
You what?
I actually like this set.
$5.
Do you think you could gift wrap it for me, please?
Roger Moore so far definitely has the look for a Bond character.
Must perforce look up to those who stand proudly.
Secret door. Okay, it's all connected.
He's tailing.
Oh, they know that they're being followed.
You know where you going, man?
Uptown, I believe.
Uptown.
Look at the hairdo with the afro and the sideburns. So 70s. Look at New York in the 70s.
125th. You got a honky on your tail.
A honky? Oh my goodness.
They must have gone inside. Pull up where you can.
Yeah, Bond looks completely out of place.
I'd like something on the side as well. Information. 3 men and a girl came in.
I love these contraptions. That was such a surprise.
My name's Bond. James Bond.
I know who you are.
Oh, okay.
You have made a mistake. You will not succeed.
And that was a demonstration of his powers.
Pick a card.
The fool.
You have found yourself.
Nothing about my future? Us?
Interesting.
Not even with that clever disguise you're wearing. White face in Harlem.
Mr. Big, where the hell does he fit into this mess? Kananga's got a private plane, and he's leaving for San Monique within the hour.
Well, then get me on the next available flight, will you, Felix?
Alright, he's heading over to San Monique. I love the colors.
You have a reservation for me?
Ah, yes, Mr. Bond, of course. Mrs. Bond has been expecting you.
Mrs. Bond?
Mrs. Bond?
Yeah, this is definitely not your typical Bond film. He found the bug. Oh, a snake! But where's this Mrs. Bond?
Mrs. Bond, I presume?
I guess I have a little explaining to do. I've worked for CIA down here for some time now, and he cabled me you were coming and asked if I would help out if I could. I'm going to be completely useless to you.
Sure, we'd be able to lick you into shape.
Oh, hold your tongue, Mr. Bond. You barely know this woman.
Felix told me there'll be moments like this.
Yeah, so far, Roger Moore, he's pretty good.
Stop right there.
Rosie Carver, meet the man who shares my hairbrush. Quarrel Jr.
Quarrel Jr.
Who the hell lives up there?
That's the house of the Kananga woman.
Oh, the tarot card reader.
He comes again. There will be violence.
They're coming. Rosie knows what to do.
They've got an entire picnic set up, and he's already seducing her.
You do know what the Queen of Cups means in an upside-down position?
You don't understand, sir. They'll kill me if I do.
And I'll kill you if you don't.
Not after what we just done.
I certainly wouldn't have killed you before.
Oh, man.
The girl was about to confess. We had to kill her.
Even as they did with your mother before you. She had the power and lost it. It became useless to me. You will not make the same mistake.
On a hand glider? With a cigar.
Your power exists to serve me, and it is mine to control.
Interesting.
Put down those cards.
Oh, he's here already.
The cards say we will be lovers. Pick one.
Again. Now she has no choice because she believes in the cards. That's very deceitful, to say the least.
Has to be a first time for everyone.
Oh, it was her first time.
By compelling me to earthly love, the gods themselves have taken away my powers.
So she lost her powers because she lost her virginity?
Now, do you want to be on that boat or not?
I simply read the cards for him. I've never been there, and he has never taken me there.
Yes, a beautiful day.
We've seen him do voodoo before, and I think he was involved in killing one of the agents.
They're heading for the hill. They're here.
Bond must die.
I still don't know why though. Why were the British agents killed? Why are they after Bond? We're about halfway through the movie, and the main motivations of the villain, they haven't been revealed yet. And when you think about it, this is a pretty unique chase scene. Oh! That was great. They actually did that.
Voodoo Land was just poppy fields. A simple matter of heroin smuggling.
Right. So that was a poppy field we saw earlier. Oh, it's the same taxi driver?
Mr. Big wants to see you.
Mr. Big.
You made a mistake back on that island, Bond.
What's on for today?
Let's just wing it, shall we, Mrs. Bell?
This kind of reminds me of Miss Galore's flying circus. Doesn't the woman notice?
Holy shit!
Well, I know you just can't glue the wings back on. And now, Mr. Bleecker, I'm sure there's no reason for name calling.
Right, this is near the place where the funeral was held for that British agent. Oh no, them being happy means he's probably dead by now.
Where's Strutter?
He's got to be inside somewhere.
I got a nice booth over here, just against the wall.
Do you think you could find something a little closer to the stage?
What's wrong with the booth?
I once had a nasty turn in a booth.
Nice play on words.
Said live and let die.
Oh. They're incorporating the song into the film. Oh, another trapdoor.
Did you mess with that?
That, not her. Wow.
When I see Kananga.
Dude, they're the same person. They look familiar. I knew it. The story is coming together now. The motivations of the villain.
2 tons of heroin with a street value well over $1 billion.
$1 billion.
That heroin will be very expensive indeed. The registration number 326.
This scene is actually more tense than I expected.
You speak the truth.
That was lucky at best.
When the time came, I myself would have given you love.
Trespassers will be eaten. Okay. Crocodiles this time, not sharks. Let's have an elaborate plan. Give Bond time to escape.
Cute little nippers, ain't they?
I don't suppose those potential overnight bags are orphans.
Oh, no, we have some moms and dads as well. That's an alligator. You can always tell by its round nose.
Oh. Alligators have a round nose.
He's a croc. Got over careless with him some time back and he took my whole arm off. There are two ways to disable a crocodile, you know.
Roger Moore has done a very good job so far. Oh no. Although I know Bond won't die, this is actually a pretty scary predicament. Dude just walked on them to safety. Oh, okay, so he's blowing up the production plant. That's actually Moore doing his stunt work. Oh, nice. That was pretty awesome.
Now you listen to me, trooper boy. We got a swamp full of black Russians.
Black Russians? Whoa. They just drove straight through. There's some music, finally. Oh! Dude, I think that was gasoline. Oh, wow, that's actually practically done. That's not fake or anything. You can see the reflection of the explosion on the water.
Watch out for sharks on the way back.
We'll see you for breakfast, Felix.
There she is. I'm guessing these are explosives? They thought it was a real person. They thought they could bring somebody back from the dead, so they probably believed it. And the explosions. Oh! Alright, finally, man, finally. This is very impressive. And another one. Oh. Right, it's a scam.
Mr. Bond, there you are.
They're already waiting for him.
I find it particularly fascinating. What is it?
A shotgun, naturally.
That's a nice gadget.
The heroin leaves here, I take it, carried somewhere by that winch.
Correct again, Mr. Bond.
Oh, sharks! Not crocodiles this time, sharks again. Dude is going to explode. That looked so fake. There's no blood.
Well, he always did have an inflated opinion of himself.
I mean, what the hell can the two of you do on the train for 16 hours?
I'm sure he can think of something. I think it's just like the previous film. I think it was Mr. Wind and Mr. Kidd in the previous one.
First time in my life I feel like a complete woman. The slightest touch of your hand.
Oh. Oh no, he's gonna get thrown out of the train. Just like Mr. Wind and Mr. Kid were thrown out of the ship. That voodoo man is still alive. I don't think it's meant to be anything serious though. Man, I love this song.
Live and let die.
And I had no idea it was Paul McCartney. I thought it was Guns N' Roses. So stupid of me. Okay, I took some time to collect my thoughts. First off, that was a pretty good Bond film. Roger Moore's first appearance as 007 was better than I expected. I wouldn't say that the story itself was the best so far, but it was definitely not the worst. This was a very different Bond film, as there were no space lasers or anything outlandish like that, but it did have voodoo, so yeah. I would consider the strengths of the film to be Roger Moore as Bond, an interesting look at blaxploitation and the era, the music and the practical explosions, whereas the weaknesses included the limited scope of the film, the lack of gadgets and his Aston Martin, except the watch, the cinematography, and the main villain's two-dimensional henchmen. Let's start with the directing by Guy Hamilton and the screenplay by Tom Mankiewicz. As far as I'm aware, this film was based on the Ian Fleming novel of the same name. Again, since I have not read the book, I'm not too sure how well this adaptation was, although I'm sure that the writers did change the book's narrative, considering the fact that this film was a product of its era, whereas the book was probably written decades before. Anyways, the writer and the director start the story off pretty slow, with 3 British agents getting killed while investigating Mr. Big, aka Kananga, who was manufacturing and distributing heroin. Bond soon enters the picture, and as soon as he lands, he's under the watchful eye of the antagonists, just like the previous films. Bond then meets Solitaire, a tarot card reader who Mr. Big relies on to make major decisions. I really like the fact that the supernatural was teased but not confirmed. I mean, most of the predictions made by Solitaire did come true for the most part. So does that mean the writers and the director are implying that they're real, they actually work? The fact that it was left ambiguous was a good choice narratively, because if they confirmed it, that would be like that would be too crazy. Anyways, the idea about Solitaire losing her powers with her virginity was hilarious. I get the underlying idea that losing her purity somehow gets rid of her powers. I wonder what type of message or statement the filmmakers were trying to make with that, especially in the 70s. Do let me know in the comments. The story from there was pretty straightforward, with Bond being captured and escaping several times till the bad guys are defeated and he gets away with the girl. That's not unexpected at all. The reveal of Mr. Big as Kananga being the same person was a little surprising, but kind of expected at the same time. I was confused at certain points, but since both of them look so much alike except the nose, I wasn't blown away or anything. The henchmen in the film, they were particularly bad though. I thought they were very incompetent. They had many chances to kill Bond, but they kept on laughing and talking. They kind of reminded me of Mr. Wind and Mr. Kid from the previous film, who were notoriously bad as well. Oh, and by the way, what was with that weird laugh? That laugh itself was not intimidating at all. I don't know whether that was the point or not. Do let me know in the comments too. This film, it had a very different tone to previous Bond films, and the scope was also different too. The world wasn't in danger in this one. It was mostly about a drug kingpin and his drug empire. I think the filmmakers intentionally toned down the crazy in this one. I mean, there were crocs and sharks, but it wouldn't be a Bond film without those. This was also the first and only Bond film with a primarily black cast. I think apart from Felix, Bond, and Solitaire, it was mostly black actors. I also think a lot of stereotypes were shown with the black characters calling Bond honky. The sheriff in Louisiana was shown to call everybody boy. And I don't know how well both of those aged, but they were pretty funny to see. Anyways, Roger Moore was very good as Bond in this film. I think his performance is what really saved this movie from being super generic. He definitely has the looks and the demeanor of Bond, but one thing I noticed was the lack of hand-to-hand combat scenes. There were a few here and there, but there weren't too many. I'm sure we'll get to see more of that in the future. Bond's only gadget in this film was his Rolex, maybe his shark pellet gun too, but mainly his Rolex. Although it was used smartly in the film, I did expect more gadgets in this one. We didn't get to see his Aston Martin too, which was a little disappointing, but I get it. I wouldn't expect to see a British car in the middle of a fictional Caribbean island. The cinematography in this film was honestly not the best. There were some beautiful shots of the Caribbean and Louisiana, especially that swamp area, but that was pretty much all there to it. The colors were pretty desaturated, and apart from a couple of shots, the framing of the characters were pretty generic in my opinion. The editing, on the other hand, was very good though. I had no troubles in following the plot, and furthermore, the editor was fairly successful in keeping the tension of the film at a good level. The music in this film was a huge surprise. Live and Let Die is a song I've heard before. I always thought that it was a Guns N' Roses song since I grew up in the 90s, early 90s. Now knowing that it was actually written by Paul and Linda McCartney, it's my favorite Bond song so far. The Tom Jones one was also very good too. The score was pretty good too, but I noticed the main theme was not used a lot in this film. I really don't have an opinion on it though. I'm pretty neutral on it, as it wasn't under or overused. The stunt work of this film was excellent. I saw Moore doing some of his own stunts, which was great, but the main stunts in this film were from the third act with the boat chase. Although I felt like that scene dragged on just a little too long, the stunt work in those scenes, they were mighty impressive. There was also a lack of explosions in the film, except the third act, which was noticeable. But the two explosions we did get to see were just great. I'm a huge fan of practical explosions in film, and it didn't disappoint. I've already mentioned my main criticism of the film, so overall, Live and Let Die was a solid introduction to Roger Moore's James Bond. The film was a change of pace from the previous Bond films. It was less outlandish, and the plot was smaller in scope, which wasn't necessarily bad. It was surprising to see a primarily black cast in a Bond film, and the main villain was pretty good too. I can't say the same about his henchmen though. Moore was easily the best aspect of the film, and I honestly don't have a real opinion on his Bond yet. I have to see more to make a definitive judgment. I can't wait for the next film, The Man with the Golden Gun. Anyways, thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Consider being a patron. Subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon for instant notifications. Do check out my other videos. Like if you liked this video. Dislike it if you didn't. I will see you in the next one. Bye.